To lay today. I think perhaps he was handled with kid gloves leading up to the Melbourne Cup, whereas it might have been better if he'd been out working hard and, you know, roughing it up in perhaps a handicap or two instead of those running in weight for age races.
My selection is number 4, Lovelace Watkins, a last start winner at Flemington when he raced 3 wide throughout, but still managed to win over 2,000 metres.
Well, he looked good, didn't he? It was a very good performance, and he's from the top stable, trained by Colin Hayes, and he's sure to run well.
Yes, he's not wearing bandages today too. I believe he was bandaged last start. Number 5 is L.A. Bijou, trained by former racing journalist Chris Honeychurch up at Berrigan.
Yeah, well, Chris has done very well with his team since he gave away the pen for, what do you say? What's the word?
For the saddle.
Yeah, well, he hung up his typewriter if you could hang one up. But Chris has done very well, and L.A. Bijou, he just weakened a bit to Flemington when he was racing after Kip in the Duke of Norfolk Stakes. Chris said afterwards he thought he probably would do better for that run.
Number 6, Peninsula, comes from Sydney, Rollo, and his only start here was 4th at Flemington.
Well, it was a good run too, Keith. Before that he had run 2nd in the Metropolitan behind a favourite horse of yours in Belmira Lad, so I think we'll see a pretty good run from Peninsula. 7
is Kip, a last start winner at Flemington. Kip won the 2,500 metres Queen Elizabeth Stakes.
Oh, well, he couldn't fault a performance there. As jockey Robert Heffernan said afterwards, he had it won a long way from home, and she raced well, and if she races like that again today, she's going to be hard to beat.
Well, Kip came from New Zealand, Andreas from Tasmania, number 8.
Oh, most disappointing last Saturday, Keith. I thought he would have won the Queen Elizabeth Stakes. I thought it was an ideal race for him. I've got to give him another chance and just forgive that.
And all the way from Cranbourne, number 9, Diatri.
He's a useful sort of a horse, Keith, but you'd hardly imagine him as a Sandown Cup winner.
Number 10, Andromache's form is pretty good, Roll.
Yeah, she's my pick, Keith. She ran 2nd in the Dalgety, beating El Lorena and just a dash home, and they Quinella the Melbourne Cup. What I like about her most is the 48 kilos. It's a lovely weight. Number
11, Rock Show, finished 3rd and protested against the winner unsuccessfully in the Bendigo Cup on Wednesday.
Well, he's been battling around those provincial cups, running quite well. He's got young Malcolm Pay in the saddle, who's in luck. Not hopeless, not at all.
Also from Sydney, the 8-year-old number 12, Favolosa.
No, I think we'll pass Favolosa. He's been coming down here too often and not doing enough.
The outsider of the field, 13, Crystal Royal.
No, thank you.
And Renigan, Rollo, also at very long odds.
Yes, sort of a promising start, but not up to this.
All right, that's the way Rollo and I see them, Sandy. My selection is Lovelace Watkins, and Rollo goes for number 10, Andromache.
Be a tremendous performance if Lovelace Watkins can get up. It'll be Johnny Lett's 97th Cup win, which is an almighty performance, isn't it?
And I'll bet you too, Bobby he gets his century eventually too.
Yes, I'm sure he will, Rollo.
That's probably a world record. Let's have a look how the tipsters in the Sun News Pictorial this morning, the 10 tipsters sorted them out. Lovelace Watkins had 6 outright selections for a total of 22 points, double the point score of L.A. Bijou, who was 2nd. Sovereign Red has 8 points, just a dash the scratching, Andromache 6. Kip, Cura Trelay and Rock Show low point scorers, given place chances.
All right, Keith, the Sandown Cup 1981 about to get underway. We'll take a commercial break as the horses make their way to the starting barrier and then return to Sandown.
It's a set, Bit of Gold comes along. Now the attendants concentrate on Riscation. It's now set. And the line taking good shape for the running of the Mercedes-Benz. Still out Future Century with Blue Era. And Bint Rossi coming along is now set. Merry Model is ready. Now Blue Era coming up to her position and goes in well. Future Century is set, and the field looks ready.
Not yet.
Standing, an attendant in with one of the runners out wide. The light's still not on.
Yeah, they're all in.
Now it's a better line. There's the light. Set. Miss Fearless standing well, and away they go. Miss Fearless jumped well. Peak and see a little slow with Gin Fizz, and down near the inside, Lady Selhurst. Out wide, Future Century, Bint Rossi showing pace with Merry Model, and also Terramere and Blue Era up there early, and Call It Night moving up along the inside with In Vogue. When they settled down, Bint Rossi out wide, moved up to take the lead, joined now by Call It Night, In Vogue and Merry Model just behind them. Riscation moving up into a handy spot early, followed by Blue Away and trapped out deep Future Century. Lady Selhurst got right up along the inside from Blue Era, and further back in the field, Terramere making ground but deep. Miss Fearless racing midfield on the inside of Camelot Nymph, and further back Gin Fizz with Bit of Gold. Romano's Girl third last at the 1,000-metre mark from Lavadia, and a length and a half to Peakency. 900 out, Call It Night, led by a half length to Bint Rossi. A length and a quarter to In Vogue in the box seat on the inside of Merry Model. Here's Camelot Nymph going up to the leads at the 800, followed further back in the field then by Future Century. Terra Mears in that leading bunch, and Blue Era is making ground quickly now around the outside. Miss Fearless trying to tack it. Back along in the centre then came Riscation, followed by Lavadia, and further back Lady Selhurst, followed by Blue Hawaii, who's lost its spot back to about fourth last near the corner. Camelot Nymph led around the turn, 500 out by a length and a half to Call It Night. In Vogue over on the inside looking for a run, and further back to Terramere, Merry Model. Blue Era is next, and down the outside Miss Fearless running on fairly with Riscation, but Camelot Nymph's well clear at the 300. In Vogue out after it in second placing, then Call It Night, and Miss Fearless running on strongly with Merry Model, but Camelot Nymph in front with 100 metres to go. In Vogue is struggling. Miss Fearless running on fairly well. Camelot Nymph holding the lead. In Vogue picking it up near the line. Camelot Nymph still in front. In Vogue diving at it on the outside. In Vogue and Camelot Nymph almost a dead heat. Camelot Nymph the inside, In Vogue the outside. Third is tight, Blue Hawaii and Miss Fearless, and just behind them Romano's Girl. Then Riscation, followed by Lavadia, Merry Model, Peakency. Further back, Call It Night from Future Century, Blue Era, Bint Rossi. Next in Bit of Gold from Lady Selhurst, Terramere, and Gin Fizz last of all. Judge calling for the photo after the running of the Mercedes-Benz to separate In Vogue on the outside and Camelot Nymph on the inside. Great finish with the bolter. Camelot Nymph in front all the way down the straight. In Vogue gradually picking it up as they neared the line. Peter Clark riding for dear life on Camelot Nymph on the inside, and Harry White pushing In Vogue to it on the outside. And they've hit the line absolutely locked together. By gee. Looking at the replay here, there's not very much in this at all. The camera position a lot better placed than we are from the broadcast box here. And the judge has called for a developed print. Judge has called for a developed print to separate Camelot Nymph and In Vogue in the Mercedes-Benz. And certainly makes a big difference to punters too, because Camelot Nymph is on the tote, a 99-to-1 chance from here, so it could pay anything for the win. And In Vogue will pay about $1.80. It was tote favourite. So there's a big difference in the result, whichever way it goes. Third is very close too. I must admit I was concentrating on the first two. I think it's between Blue Hawaii and Miss Fearless for third, just in front of Romano's Girl, who flashed home. Blue Hawaii was a very big run. It was about fourth last on the turn, and it's threaded its way through to flash up to figure in the photo for the minors. But this is desperately tight between Camelot Nymph, number 13, and In Vogue, number 2. And there's only going to be a whisker in it either way, as runners mill around, looking anxiously at the semaphore board in the centre of the track. I don't think either rider is too sure. Now In Vogue's got it. Number 2, In Vogue, on the outside, has got the verdict after the photo. Number 2, In Vogue, ridden by H. White first. Number 13, Camelot Nymph, ridden by P. Clark, is second. And number 4, Blue Hawaii, ridden by M. Gorham, is third. 2, 13 and 4 official placings in race 6. So In Vogue has just got there in the last stride to win the Mercedes-Benz. And the winner, number 2, In Vogue, a brown filly by Saraceno out of Just Regal, owned by J.P. Hayes, R.S. Geary and D.M. Cruz, trained by J.P. Hayes and was ridden by Harry White. Second, number 13, Camelot Nymph, P. Clark. And third, number 4, Blue Hawaii, M. Gorham. Fourth home, number 1, Miss Fearless. And fifth was number 11, Romano's Girl. So it's 2, 13 and 4, and for most punters the photo decision has gone the right way. Time for the race 1:39.6. The scratching there was per Pura. In the next event on the card, race 7, the G.J. Cole Stakes. 2 scratchings, number 12 Manacos and 16 Cloverbrook. While in race 8 this afternoon, take out number 10 Miss Marlin. Miss Marlin comes out of the last. Now we're just waiting for the tote dividends. The winner will pay about $1.80. In Vogue, and it's a relieved Harry White as he dismounts and is about to weigh in. Now on the tote, In Vogue has paid $1.80 for the win and 85 cents for the place. These totes pending correct weight. Second, number 13, Camelot Nymph. paid $15.75, so heaven knows what it would have paid for the win if it had got the verdict. And third, number 4, Blue Hawaii, and it's paid 90 cents. So In Vogue 180 and 85, Camelot Nymph $15.75, and Blue Hawaii paid 90. The Quinella was a big one, $188.75. The Quinella on course double paid $9, and we'll check the trifecta. Should be with us shortly. No, it's not up as yet. So just waiting for all the riders to weigh out. Then we'll have the correct weight signal here on the 6th event, the Mercedes-Benz. Presentation will take place after correct weight is signalled. In Vogue has now had 10 starts for 4 wins and 2 placings. There are the totes. In Vogue 180 and 85, totes pending correct weight. Camelot Nymph $15.75, and Blue Hawaii 90 cents. Trifecta dividend still hasn't come to hand, and no doubt it'll be a very big one with Camelot Nymph a rank outsider. Its previous form, it had 11 starts before today without running a place. So it's certainly improved and would have caused one of the big boilovers of the Spring Carnival. Now the trifecta has paid $13,827.80, so it is a big trifecta dividend, $13,827.80. And there's the correct weight signal, margins. Now correct weight has been notified on race 6, correct weight for the numbers 2, 13 and 4. Winning margin was a short half head with a length and a quarter between second and third, the time 1:39.6 and correct weight. Right, at this stage we might check the totes for the next event on the card, race 7. We see My Axman's opened up $3.20 and $2 for a $1 unit. Crepalock $7.60 and $2.60. Zegna $12 and $3.30. Brecon Castle, an outsider, $99.32. Son of Biscay, $99 and $28. Ranger's Sun, $44 and $13. Tower Bell, $13 and $3.70. Avatar, $17 and $6.20. Casey Boy, $9.20 and $2.60. Powers Hope, $16 and $5. Aquatorial, $26 and $6.50. Number 12 is scratched. 13 Stedaming, $25 and $6. Centricity, $7.90 and $2.20. Shecky's Request, $45 and $11. Cloverbrook is out. Flying Dolphin, $11 and $3.20. And another outsider is the bottom one, Rich Steel, $99 and $27. Opening totes there on race 7, the G.J. Cole Stakes. There's 2, 13 and 4. And shortly we'll be ready for the presentation of trophies after the Mercedes-Benz with Sir Rupert Clarke, chairman of the VATC, to make the presentation. And there's jockey Harry White just joining the presentation area with all other connections. So I think we're just about set. Now, ladies and gentlemen, for the presentation of trophies in connection with the Mercedes-Benz, it's my pleasure to introduce the chairman of the Victoria Amateur Turf Club, Sir Rupert Clarke.
Ladies and gentlemen, we've just seen a most thrilling finish to the Mercedes-Benz. If you remember last year, I think it took about 20 minutes to get the result, but that was a protest. This time we had a developed print, and it's with very great pleasure that I congratulate the owners of In Vogue, and I'm going to ask Mr. Robert Lane, Managing Director of Lane's Motors, to whom we are most grateful for sponsoring this race, to present the trophy. Mr. Lane.
Thank you, Sir Rupert. Before presenting the trophy, on behalf of Lane's Motors, I'd like to extend our sincere thanks to Sir Rupert, the committee, and the personnel of the VATC for the cooperation we've had in the 2 years we've been sponsoring the Mercedes-Benz Handicap. I can assure you, Sir Rupert, we'll be back next year and hopefully for many years to come. Now it's my pleasure to present the trophy to the owners of In Vogue and to congratulate Harry White, the jockey, Mr. Hayes, the trainer and part owner, Mr. Geary, and to hand the trophy over to Mr. Dudley Cruz.
Thank you very much. Sir Rupert Clarke, Mr. Lane, I want to thank you for putting on this wonderful race today on a special occasion, the Cup Day. Also, I must congratulate our trainer, Harry White, for putting in such a magnificent performance.